So in today's video, we're comparing the Galaxy Tab S8 Plus versus the cheaper Galaxy Tab S7 FE. Size and weight, design, and looks are going to be pretty much identical between these two tablets. You can even share the same case or keyboard attachments between the two. So what are you going to miss out on? Or what do you lose when you choose the cheaper Galaxy Tab? Well, in this video, we're going to take a closer look to see if maybe you should save your money and go with the Tab S7 FE instead of paying a premium to get that new and shiny S8 Plus. The price of the S7 FE starts at only $529 versus $900 for the Tab S8 Plus, but I've seen the FE go down below $500 several times. So yeah, that's going to be a huge savings to choose the FE version. Pricing is obviously going to depend on which version you go with though. You get 3 storage options with the FE or Fan Edition. 64 gigabytes with 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 with 6 gigabytes, and then 256 with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So some pretty good choices there. And then you're gonna get 8 gigabytes of RAM with 128 or 256 gigabytes of storage on the newer S8 Plus. Then you get up to 1 terabyte storage with a micro SD card on both tablets. Then there's also going to be a 5G version as well. So there's actually quite a bit of stuff to consider. You get a 12.4 inch LCD display with 2560 by 1600 resolution on the Tab S7 FE. You get the same size 12.4 inch, but it's a Super AMOLED display with 2800 by 1752 on the S8 Plus. I compared the colors, brightness, viewing angles, and yeah, you're going to notice in person the S8 Plus is a little bit brighter and has better viewing angles. It's probably going to be hard to see that in this video, but trust me, you'll notice right away when you have these next to each other. Both are going to be good for watching videos, playing games, reading, doing just about anything on these two. Are going to look really nice and sharp. They've got good contrast, and I think they're just easy on the eyes at this larger size. If you think the S8 Ultra is a little too big, you're probably going to feel the Plus or FE size might just be the right size for you. So obviously the Plus version is going to be a little bit better, especially in those brighter lit areas. You're also going to get the on-screen fingerprint scanner, which is actually pretty good on the S8 Plus, where you don't get any fingerprint scanner on the S7 FE, which is really nice to have. Then you're not always putting in your PIN or password. Interesting thing is you get the same size 10,090 milliamp hour battery in each tablet, but surprisingly I got a little bit different battery life. On the Tab S8 Plus, in my battery drain test, it lasted 7 hours, where I only got 6 hours in that same test for the S7 FE. So yeah, if you want the tablet with better battery life, you're probably going to want to grab the S8 Plus. Now both tablets should get you through the entire day with normal usage, even longer if you turn that screen brightness down. Plus you're going to get up to 45 watt super fast charging with these two tablets as well. And that's really nice to have, especially considering how big the batteries are. As far as performance goes, you get a Snapdragon 8 Gen 1 processor on the Tab S8 Plus, Snapdragon 750G for the 5G version of the S7 FE. You get a Snapdragon 778G on the Wi-Fi version. The Tab S8 Plus is going to almost double the performance of the cheaper S7 FE, as you can see here by the Geekbench testing. I don't think you're going to notice though a huge difference just moving around the software, doing most normal day-to-day stuff, but you will notice certain things load a little bit faster or work a little bit better when multitasking on the newer Galaxy Tab. But yes, if you want the tablet with better performance, then you're going to want to get the S8 Plus. But I still feel like the S7 FE is going to be one of the better budget tablets that you're going to find right now, even in 2022. So as expected, gaming is going to be a little bit better on the S8 Plus, but I still enjoy playing games on the cheaper Galaxy Tab. When testing PUBG Mobile and Asphalt 9, both tablets handled those games without too much trouble, and neither started overheating or have major drops in frame rates that would make the games not playable. Just keep in mind that if you're playing games just using the touchscreen, it's a little bit more of a stretch to reach certain areas compared to the regular Tab S8 or S7 size tablets. But once you connect a controller to these large screens, yeah, they're actually pretty fun to game on. So the S8 Plus is currently on Android 12, S7 FE is on Android 11, but you're still going to get a very similar experience on both. On the home screen, you can even choose between Google Discover or Samsung Free when swiping left to the home screen on both tablets. Personally, I think they should go one step further and allow me to put Samsung Free on the right hand side, Google Discover on the left. Nice thing is you can use the same keyboard from the Tab S7 Plus on the newer S8 Plus or the S7 FE if you want to be a little more productive using Samsung DeX, which is actually one of the better ways to be that much closer to using a regular laptop if that's what you're wanting your tablet to do. Of course, the more expensive Galaxy Tab is going to be able to handle things a little bit easier and quicker, but both tablets are still some pretty good options for multitasking. You can also use both tablets as an external monitor if you happen to use a Windows PC, sort of like having a second or third monitor, which is a nice option to have, really. Plus, you can easily sync across Samsung devices using either tablet as well. Now, obviously, software support's going to be longer with the newer S8 Plus, especially now that Samsung extended it out to 4-year software, 5-year security updates. But the S7 FE is still pretty new, should receive support for years to come yet. You also get the same S Pen on both tablets, which is really nice for drawing, taking notes. You also can do air actions, or it's just really nice to move around the software to give your hand a break every so often. Even though the S Pen latency has been improved on the S8 Plus, I don't really notice a huge difference, but the apps and the way just people use their tablets is going to be different with everybody. I just know for me, it's going to be a very similar experience regardless of which tablet you go with, and it's just nice that the S Pen is included with both tablets. When it comes to the speakers, you get a quad AKG speaker setup, Dolby Atmos on the S8 Plus, but you only get 2 speakers on the S7 FE. And from my testing, you will notice the S8 Plus speakers are louder and they sound a little bit better than the S7 FE. But I think people are still going to enjoy how the speakers sound on the cheaper Galaxy Tab when watching movies, playing games, or just listening to some music. But yeah, if you want the better sounding speakers, you probably want to go with the S8 Plus. Here's a quick sample of each just to see what you think. Now, when it comes to the cameras, you get a pretty similar dual camera setup there on the back for both tablets, but you're gonna get a little higher resolution on the S8 Plus, 13 megapixel with a 6 megapixel ultra wide on the S8 Plus versus 8 and 5 megapixels on the FE version. And then on the front, you get a higher resolution 12 megapixel ultra wide on the S8 Plus versus 5 megapixel front facing on the S7 FE. But the nice thing is you get the auto framing feature on both tablets. So they're both going to be good for things like Zoom meetings or video conference calls. But overall, if you want the tablet with better cameras, yeah, the S8 Plus is going to be a little bit better. But here's some quick samples of each just to give you an idea of what to expect. Hopefully this video gave you a little closer look at these two tablets by Samsung. That's about all the time I have for this one. As you can see, there's quite a few things to consider between the two, and I personally feel like if you don't want to spend a lot of money getting the new S8 Plus, you can get a pretty good deal and similar experience with the cheaper S7 FE, even though you can't go wrong with either tablet, and it's probably going to just depend on how much heavy duty lifting you need your tablet to do.
So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.